of the 2026 Care-a-thon. Thank you to our shared sponsors this hour, ViStar Credit Union and Arlington Toyota. I do want to throw an incentive on the table because I fear that we're running behind. I don't know. We've done really, really well, and every dollar that comes in at 855-916-9500 is help for a family. So I'm so thankful, and everyone with the Child Cancer Fund is grateful that you have given. But I feel like we're behind, and I'm starting to get nervous about it. So I called a couple of friends, and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp have put together a pretty cool incentive. So if you feel like you want to get something out of donating, you're going to feel great. And if you love baseball, the Jumbo Shrimp are putting an incentive on the table. They have 2 season ticket packages for 2. So we have 2 tickets, the entirety of the 2027 season, and we have 2 of those packages. If you donate $2,000 or more, so we're keeping it 2s, simple and easy, the kind of math I can do. So if you donate $2,000 or more, you're giving a tax-deductible donation to the Child Cancer Fund at 855-916-9500, and you get season tickets for the entirety of the 2027 season. Thank you to David Ratz. Thank you to the new leadership of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. I would love to see those incentives out of here within the next 15 minutes before we hit the noon hour, which, by the way, in the noon hour, Scampy's coming by to visit. So maybe we'll have to throw an incentive on that. But, again, it's $2,000 or more, and we have 2 of those packages. The 2026 Care-a-thon presented by Duval Asphalt continues. Great partners of ours, and we've talked about it for so many years, Camp Boggy Creek, where every fall the family gets a retreat weekend completely funded 100% by the Child Cancer Fund. And if you've never heard of Camp Boggy Creek, Patrick Chapin, who leads the organization, and Dr. Marci are here. And Patrick, I know you're new to the organization, but you've done so many camps already. For those who don't know, you're headed to Orlando, you get off at the DeLand exit, you go inland a little bit toward Eustis, and you drive up to a magical place.
It's absolutely amazing. People, it's hard to describe. I have family out, and I've been telling them for months, this is how special it is. We're on 232 acres. Our theater was built by Universal. Our pool was built by SeaWorld. Our wonderful gymnasium was the Orlando Magic. We have 16 cabins, great dining hall, horses, new archery facility. So it is a very, very special place. And the family retreat weekends, I've got to experience those and summer camp, both remarkably done in a very special way. But the retreat weekends, I think, are really special.
And the thing that you didn't mention is what Dr. Marci is responsible for probably, which is the clinic, the hospital. I kind of call it a fun zone, if you will. But you're there to keep it medically safe for these kids because they still are going through treatment in some cases.
Correct. We still have kids who are undergoing treatment when they come to camp. We take kids who are active on treatment or getting their maintenance chemotherapy. But the family retreat weekends are really special in that the kid gets to come with their parents and with their siblings and to have the whole family. It's a weekend where the family can just check out from life and stress and just get a chance to breathe. So we take care of all the food, all the activities, all the fun. The family just needs to show up and just kind of bond as a family. Really important aspect is the siblings, right? Sometimes brothers and sisters, when you have a kid who's having a medical issue, brothers and sisters kind of get put on the back seat while the parents focus on the child who's got a high needs at the moment. But these kids, being able to come to camp where the siblings are valued and have a lot of fun, and we train our staff to kind of keep a special eye out for the siblings as well. It's a really special time for the family to just kind of take a breath, regroup as a family, and focus on all of the kids, not just the one kid.
And so you have kids who are coming from Jacksonville and who are treated in Jacksonville through the summer. The great folks at the J Fund support that. And while there's competition for donor dollars, the J Fund and the Child Cancer Fund are one and the same in that they're helping the exact same families on the same mission and the same journey. So the kids get to go in the summer alone, and then in the fall, the family gets to go. And that's where the Child Cancer Fund has come in. And I almost like that just because of all the things you mentioned, but that also is part of the family part of Child Cancer Fund. It is all about keeping the family together during the cancer journey, and keeping them together means sending them to camp and getting away from treatment. And it only takes a couple $1,000s to send an entire family to treatment. So that Jumbo Shrimp incentive that's on the table, 2 sets of 2 tickets for the entirety of the 2027 season. For $2,000 or more, you can send a whole family to camp. But you have to call 855-916-9500. A great partner of ours is Ryan Schmitt from Petticoat-Schmitt. We were talking about Digger Day to Camp Boggy Creek, and they were like, what's Digger Day? And you were like, where's Boggy Creek? So I love that we've introduced everything. But for those who don't know, you all came up with an awesome idea. How many years ago now was it?
Yeah, well, we're coming up to our 6th annual next fall, so we've done it, next spring, I'm sorry. So we've done it for 5 years, and it's gotten better and better every year.
What is Digger Day for those who don't know?
So it is a day when we can host all the families and children from the Child Cancer Fund, and we bring them out to one of our job sites, and we've got all our equipment that we typically use, from excavators, dozers, loaders, rollers and backhoes, and we also have like a pizza truck, a bounce house, a DJ, a sand pile, which is phenomenally popular with the kids, zip line, a pipe maze, and it's an opportunity where these kids can operate the heavy equipment. They'll sit on the lap of one of our operators, because we'll have operators and volunteers from Petticoat-Schmitt who are with these children, and so they can operate the equipment, pull the levers, and push dirt, dig dirt, roll it, and it's a great opportunity for them. We always like to say we're digging for smiles, and honk if you're happy, and they're honking the horn and spinning around in circles, and we say we're digging for smiles, and we see so many smiles on the kids' faces, but we also see so many on our own volunteer faces. I mean, our operators and people from the office and everyone throughout our company really enjoys it, and I think the kids as much as anyone, but also our team's looking forward to the next one, and where we've been successful as of late, as it's become more popular, is we've got a phenomenal team of partners that we work with who are generous with sponsorship dollars, and 100% of the sponsorship dollars we give directly to the Child Cancer Fund, and hitting $100,000 last year was super.
That's
awesome for us.
Isn't that great?
So our goal every year is just to grow that, because when it started, it was just a day of fun, and then a couple years in, we said, man, as awesome as this is, I wonder if some other people would like to contribute. And sure enough, the construction community has shown up big time and really helping out, and so it continues to grow. And I know there was some kids here earlier who were asking about it, and they were just lighting up. And so we'll be announcing the date, the save the date, before long.
Can't wait, and you can enjoy all of the benefits as a family. Unfortunately, though, there's the dark moments that have to come. So the community steps up and tries to help these families with events through the year, but there are those other times through the year. I know the construction community is listening to your wonderful voice right now. Can you challenge them to make the phone ring here, Ryan?
Oh, sure. Come on. And who doesn't love the jumbo shrimp, man?
Right?
Wow, that is awesome. 2 tickets, season tickets. That is awesome. All you got to do is call 855-916-9500. 855-916-9500, and man, you might go see some awesome jumbo shrimp. Who doesn't love that? In addition to helping a great cause.
And that's what it comes down to, is helping the cause and helping these kids, the families. Dr. Marci, when you get to see the families, are they worried about treatment? Are they talking to you about what they're going through, or do they really kind of let it go?
A little bit of both. They have a chance to let it go, but they don't necessarily talk to me about treatment. I'm available, but the most important thing is they get to talk to other parents. So the parents get a chance to connect with another parent who knows what it's like to have a kid have cancer. That's one of the values of camp, is allowing these parents to connect with each other and just kind of, and they share advice, they share resources, and they just share their stories with each other.
What stories have stuck with you through the years?
Oh, I don't even know if I could pick one. I would say camp is an extremely special place. A lot of good comes out of camp.
I've got one.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I remember it from last fall. We have wonderful volunteers and staff who come out. One of the volunteers was a prior camper. So she was helping out. She had cancer in her leg and had a prosthetic leg. And she was working horses. Lauren, one of my favorite. And she was out there walking the horses on the trail, just a hot day, dirty day. And there was a little girl who was probably 7 years old, and she had the same surgery. And she was going to hop on a horse, so she got to see Lauren, who's a senior at University of Florida, beautiful, talented, smart young woman. And this little girl got to look up at Lauren and say, "This is where my future is." It was absolutely unbelievable, and we hear that every day. And I have to echo what you said about the families. They get to connect, to see those mom and dads sitting on the front steps of the dining hall in the rocking chairs, talking about their journey, and they're all in different places of the journey. It's a magical place, and the Child Cancer Fund has been with us since the beginning. So it's a remarkable partnership, and we can't thank them enough. it really, truly changes the lives of our family. Every week I get a letter or email, and you do too, Dr. Marci, just thanking what what everyone does for their families.
Well, can you make the phones ring? What's that number, Patrick?
It's 855-916-9500. It's a simple ask. I promise you it's making a true difference in the lives of these families. It absolutely is making a difference. So I encourage you to call 855-916-9500.
And a family that loves going to Digger Day is the Lund family. Well, I should say who loves it is Jackson. Jackson Lund, I want to introduce you to Whitney and Joe and Jackson, who we caught up with earlier. Thanks again to Patrick and Dr. Marci from Camp Boggy Creek, Ryan Schmitt from Petticoat-Schmitt. What's that number one more time, Ryan?
Oh, 855-916-9500.
And if you want to go digging for smiles in your community, you can make a donation, and you will bring a smile to the face of the volunteers who are here in the Fair and Fair Performance Studio, and you can know that you've brought a smile to your own face because you've done something good today. What a way to start a weekend, doing something good for someone you may never meet, but you can hear it in their voices what the donations, what your generosity means. Let's hear now from Whitney and Joe and Jackson Lund as the 2026 Care-a-thon continues on 104.5 WOKV.
Jackson, how old are you now?
5.
You're 5 years old?
Yes.
Wow. And it seems to me that you like a football team. Who's your favorite football team?
Who do you like? The Jaguars.
The Jaguars, exactly. Whitney, where did the cancer journey begin for Jackson?
So it started with when was
Me
it?
watching them alone.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
That's always dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing outside, and Jackson and his other brothers were playing, and he fell down, and I didn't think anything of it, but he had his diaper changed a couple hours later after he came home from work, and he had a lump in his groin. And Whitney goes, "What is this? Did he get hit? Did somebody punch him?" Having brothers, or was he crying? I said, "No. I mean, it was a normal evening. When you were at work, everything was fine." And then shortly after that, probably within the next hour, she's saying, "We have to go to the doctor." I was like, "Okay." So I think it was just more of like it could be just a lump of a hernia. I think that's what we initially thought it as.
And how old was he at the time?
He was 3.
Yeah.
And so I got him in with our pediatrician the next day, and he checked Jackson over and was like, "Hey, listen, you need to go across the street to Wilson's and just go to their urgent care, and you need to get an ultrasound, like, right now." And he's like, "It could be nothing, but, like, you need to go right now." I was like, "Okay." So we go there, and we get a scan, and the ultrasound tech is, doing the scan on him, and I'm kind of like sitting there like, okay, well, I've had ultrasounds done, like it doesn't seem right. And so the doctor had said either it's a hydrocele or it could just be a benign teratoma. And so